Welcome to what I hope is the most comprehensive comparison of glossy melty balms on the market. I'm basically taking my huge lip balm video where I purchased 54 lip balms and compared all of the formulas, and I'm gonna be doing that for a bunch of different products. So if there's anything you have in mind where you want me to buy as many as possible and thoroughly compare them, let me know in the comment section below. But today we're talking all about glossy melty balms. And first, let's chat a little bit about what that means, because there are so many different types of formulas that sound like it might fit this, but I'm actually talking about a specific type of lip product. In order for a product to qualify for this video, it basically has to be the type of lip product that is super melty, that kind of gets a little bit messy on the component because it goes essentially from a solid to a liquid. So think Hourglass, Phantom Volumizing Bonds, the YSL Candy Glaze, Rom&nd Glasting Melting Balm, Charlotte Tilbury Happikiss, Tarte, Maracuja Juicy Lips, the Wet n Wild ones, and so on and so forth. So it wouldn't be anything that really holds its shape in a bullet like the Kosas Wet Stick Lipsticks, the Chantecaille Lip Cheeks, Glossier Ultra Lips. That could be a totally different category in and of itself. I've grouped all of the 19 formulas into different categories so you know which ones are the most similar. And for every product, I'll be talking about price, scent, pigment, thickness, grip, and smoothing quality. And if you end up purchasing any of these products from Amazon or Sephora, I have a really cool tool that I think you're gonna love. It's basically a free browser extension called Vetted, and it's basically like a research assistant in your pocket. So thank you, Vetted, for sponsoring this portion of the video. Vetted essentially uses the power of AI to comb the internet for price comparison, price history, reviews, what the brand reputation is. And the purpose of that is to save you time and money. So let's say you want to buy this candle. If you click vet this product, you'll see the best time to buy the product, what users liked or disliked about it, the price history, and Vetted will comb all of Reddit to see if it's the best kind of brand for this specific product. So at the top, we have the overview, and if you scroll down, Vetted will let you know if it's a good time to buy or not. And it looks like the current price is accurate, but keep in mind, Amazon prices do fluctuate, so this can be a very helpful tool. And if you scroll down even further, you'll see the price history. You can toggle between the week, month, year, etc. And it takes a lot of the guesswork out for you. I like that they show all the pros and cons as well. That way you can have all the information that you need right at your fingertips instantly without having to scroll through a bunch of tabs or read a bunch of different pages. I personally pretty much refuse to pay anything full price, so Vetted has been a really great tool for that. I really like the price comparison. So if you shop online, I say give it a shot. It's a free browser extension. You can download Vetted using the link in my description box, and if you click that, they'll know that I sent you, and it's just one of the many ways that you can support my channel. So thank you, Vetted, for this awesome tool, and now let's get into the video. Category 1 for me is the winner of all of these formulas. It's by far my favorite, and it was actually one that was recommended by one of my subscribers. And this category is the thickest and the most flattering formula, in my opinion, of course. And for that, I've chosen the Nature Republic Honey Melting Lip. These come in 5 shades, and the price is $12.90, although that does fluctuate according to where you buy it. And this is one of the products that once you click it up, the product is not gonna go back down in the tube. So just be careful, don't over-click, and you'll be just fine. But what I like about it is because this is a stiffer formula, it doesn't get all melty all over the sides and messy like so many other products in this video. It's just a very, very well thought out formula. They have a delicious apricot scent that I find really pleasing and really mouthwatering. It's not super artificial, it's not super sweet, it just smells really good. I rated these a 9 out of 10 on the pigment scale. They're very pigmented, but unlike some other formulas that are super pigmented in this video, this is a thicker, more stiff formula, so they really don't get messy. And I rated them a 10 out of 10 on the thickness scale. They're by far the thickest of all of the formulas here. And in my opinion, they have the most smoothing, flattering quality on the lips. They totally smooth over lip lines. They really add that glass-like shine that I look for in a formula to just smooth over any lip lines or texture. They make the lips look more youthful. They feel incredibly nourishing on the lips. They have a gorgeous amount of grip to them without being sticky or tacky. They just feel like, honestly, the product I've been searching for. I also think because these are a thicker formula, the pigment is more even than some of the other formulas in this video, and these have the most water-like effect on the lips. These just have the juiciest, most wet-looking shine on the lips. It's absolutely incredible. This is the #1 product I've been reaching for lately. Ever since I got it, it's just really difficult to reach for anything else. They look a lot like the way the Naturium Phytoglow lip balms look on the lips and the way that they smooth over the lip lines, and they look so just wet and juicy on the lips, but they feel so thick and nourishing. My lips are always left in better condition when I wear these. The price is phenomenal. They just hit every category as a 10 out of 10, and I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I hope some of you try them and let me know what you think, because out of all of these, this is absolutely undoubtedly my winner. And if you're interested in knowing what shades are my favorite, I prefer apricot, fig, and berry. Cannot say enough good things about the Nature Republic Honey Melting Lip. They're just phenomenal. The next category are glossy, melty lip products that are thick but buttery, meaning they don't have as much grip or as much stiffness as the Nature Republic Honey Melting Lips. So if you want something that's still thick but has just more of that buttery, slightly slippy quality to it, then these are the products for you. And a great example of this are the YSL Candy Glaze Gloss Sticks. I'm wearing Sweet Pink right now just as a reminder on my lips. These are $39 and they have that YSL mango scent. The brand claims that it's subtle. I think that it's actually very strong, and it's the kind of fragrance for me that I can feel kind of irritating the back of my throat, so I tend not to reach for YSL lip products because of that, but it is a really nice scent that I enjoy. The pigment on these are a 10 out of 10, meaning that they're very, very pigmented, except for the shades Sweet Pink or Healthy Glow Plumper, which is the one I have on my lips right now. For thickness, I've rated them an 8 out of 10, so they're a little bit less thick and less stiff than the Honey Melting Lips. And the grip or like the stickiness, I rated them a 7 out of 10. They're not slippery, they don't slide around the lips. They do still have a pretty good amount of grip to them, but they're just a little bit more buttery and there's a little more slip than the Nature Republic Honey Melting Lips. These have a slightly smoothing quality on the lips. They do soften the appearance of lip lines a little bit, but not as much as the Nature Republic ones. I do really enjoy the packaging. It's that gorgeous YSL embossed packaging in a silver and pink tube. What I like about these is you can twist them up, but unlike a lot of other products in this video, you can twist them back down. So if you over twist and you get too much product and you don't know what to do and you're panicking, you can just twist these right back down, which I think is great. I just don't reach for these because I find the fragrance irritates my throat a little bit, and honestly, I wasn't able to find a single color in this range that I really liked aside from the clear one, but they are a beautiful formula and that is undeniable. My favorite in this category are the Rom&nd Glasting Melting Balms. They feel almost exactly like the YSL Candy Glaze Gloss Sticks, but they're only $10 and they're better. The website says the Glasting Melting Balm provides lips with explosive gloss in an elastic water film. It provides a transparent and smooth watery glow without feeling stuffy. I think the translation there is hilarious, but basically these are a thick, nourishing formula that has a little bit of grip to it, but also a little bit of butteriness to it as well. They have the same smell as the Nature Republic Honey Melting Lips. It's a beautiful, but a little bit more subtle apricot smell. I love the fruity quality to them. And they're $10, but the price fluctuates according to where you buy them. You can get them at YesStyle, Stylevana, Amazon, a bunch of other websites. So that actually might be a good situation where you could use Vetted and determine the best price. The pigment on these are an 8 out of 10, so a little bit less pigmented than the ones we've talked about so far. Thickness is 7 out of 10 and grip is 7 out of 10. I would say these are just a hair thinner than the YSL ones, but they have the same amount of grip. I do think these have a little bit of a smoothing quality on the lips, not as much as the Nature Republic ones, and they don't look quite as wet looking, but I think these are phenomenal and they're probably my number 2 favorite out of this whole video. My third favorite product in this video is the Girlactik Jello Gloss Balm. The website says the Girlactik Jello Gloss Balm is one of the first of its kind and an original. I don't know about that. I'd have to check the timeline. But it continues, with its smooth and dreamy application, your lips will be nourished with ingredients your lips will love, like vitamin E, avocado oil, aloe vera, and apricot kernel oil. This luxe formula will moisturize, hydrate, and shine with a glossy, non-sticky finish and a pink lemonade scent throughout all the shades. These are $18 and you can get them on the Girlactik website, but I do have a code. For 20% off Girlactik, you can use my code KATE20. And I totally disagree with them having a pink lemonade scent, and I know all of you have agreed with me that these really smell like grape candy. I mean, it's undeniable. It smells like grape candy, but I really like it. It's refreshing to smell something different for once. I would say these are about a 4 out of 10 on the pigment scale. They have such brighter shades that at first I thought they were more pigmented, but they're actually very sheer. You can definitely see my lip freckles and texture underneath. So I would rate them about a 4 out of 10 on the pigment scale. The thickness is 7 out of 10, so same as the Rom&nd Glasting Melting Balms. And I would say the grip is also about a 7 out of 10, so similar to the other ones that we've spoken about. These have a beautiful shine to them, but they're not quite as shiny or smoothing as some of the other formulas that I've shared so far. And out of all the ones I've spoken about so far, these seem to have the most butteriness to them. I really like the packaging on these. It's just like a classic chapstick in this metallic component. And what I love is that you can twist them up and you can twist them back down. So great, so it doesn't get too messy. I think that was definitely a more thoughtful choice. And if you don't want a tinted version, they do have the Jello Gloss Balm Unisex, which is totally clear and it just has a little bit of like a subtle peppermint smell. I love it. I keep it at my desk. My partner John keeps it at his desk. It's absolutely wonderful. They do have a lot of pinks in this range, so I do feel like the shade range is pretty unbalanced, but I really, really love the shades Glossiest, which is a clear, Barely Nude, which is a kind of peachy, lighter, fleshy nude, and Au Naturel, which is more of a soft, dusty pink or dusty rose. Definitely one of my favorites. And if you want to check out my Girlactik brand review, I'll leave that linked on the screen above, where I reviewed a ton of their products. Next, we have the Ulta Tinted Jelly Balm in Watermelon. The website says, your lips, but way better. Ulta Beauty Collection's Tinted Jelly Balm gives the lips a juicy, natural tint. Bonus, mouthwatering scents. They claim to have a glossy, jelly-like finish, sheer to buildable coverage, quenching juicy flavor, flavors, and the key ingredients are avocado oil, vitamins A, D, and E, and aloe vera oil. These are $9. The one that I picked smells like watermelon. And I very much disagree with the fact that they say they have a sheared buildable coverage. There's almost no pigment to this. I rated it a 1 out of 10. I think it's the sheerest out of all of these. So because of that, I just don't see the point in picking up multiple shades when there's barely no pigment, unless you just wanted to try a bunch of the different flavors, which I totally understand. For thickness, I rated it a 7 out of 10, so comparable to others in the category, but for the grip, it's a 6 out of 10 or even a 5. There's definitely more of a slip, more of like an oilier quality to it. It's not quite as grippy. And I do find that now we're getting into the kind of formulas that are a little bit thinner or a little bit more buttery, so I don't find that they add that glass-like shine or that like wet looking finish that I really look for in a lip product. But for $9, it's a really nice balm, and I do find so far all of these to be very nourishing. And lastly, in this category of thicker but more buttery formulas, we have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Balms. The website says, cushion comfort complex instantly plumps the appearance of lips and smooths the look of lip lines. Maracuja drenches the lips in moisture. 10 plus antioxidant rich fruits smooth and nourish. There's a mirror shine formula that feels comfortable and never sticky. Click up packaging keeps the formula clean and pristine, and the cushiony formula is without petrolatum or lanolin. These smell like coconut, and they're $24, but I picked up 3 of the minis. I really like that they have minis available on the site, and I would rate the pigment for these an 8 out of 10. They are quite pigmented. So I rated these a 6 out of 10 on the thickness scale. They start out really thick, but I find that they melt a little bit, so I would say that they're just a hair thinner than like the Rom&nd Glasting melting balms, the YSL, or the Girlactik ones. And for the grip, I rated it a 6 out of 10. It definitely has a lot more of like a buttery feel to it rather than something that's a little bit stiffer and more long lasting. Now, they claim that this has a smoothing appearance on the lips, and I disagree with that. I think you can see in the footage that compared to the other formulas I've shown, this does not smooth the appearance of lip lines, especially if you look at my upper lip. So I think these are really nice. I totally understand why they went viral, but frankly, I just think that the other ones I've spoken about so far are better. The next category are slightly thinner formulas, but that have more grip or more tack, so they're gonna be a little bit longer lasting. And my favorite are the Charlotte Tilbury Happikiss lipstick balms. The Charlotte Tilbury Happikiss lipstick balms are a little bit thinner than the other products we've talked about, but they have more grip, and they have hyaluronic acid, a C-peptide, super soft polymers, glossy ester, which is a high water-holding ingredient that gives the lips a high shine effect, hydrating butters that are responsibly harvested from Amazonian rainforest trees, passion fruit seed butter, which is sustainably sourced, known for its replenishing and conditioning properties. They're $35, and they have a sweet smell, but it almost just smells like sugar or like the original Bite Agave lip balms. It's just vaguely sweet, and I find that really pleasant. The pigment on these are also an 8 out of 10, except for the shade Crystal Happikiss, which is a clear with a hint of pink. So the rest of them are definitely pigmented, which is great because they'll work on more skin tones. And for thickness, I rated them a 6 out of 10. They're a little thinner than the ones that we've tried so far, but they have more grip. So these are about an 8 out of 10 on the grip scale. I really like them. They do feel like a lip mask for me, something that's long lasting. They absolutely have a smoothing quality on the lips that just soften the appearance of lip lines, and they have that gorgeous glossy wet look shine that I love. I would say for me, these are tied for my second favorite formula alongside the Rom&nd Glasting Melting Lip Balms. I have gone through several tubes of Crystal Happikiss and Pillow Talk since it launched. My only complaint about these is the packaging. For something that's $35, it's so dinky and cheap feeling. It really does feel like drugstore makeup. In fact, I have had drugstore products that feel way more luxe than this. It's very, very thin plastic. And so sometimes Charlotte Tilbury just really disappoints me on packaging. Also, they are the kind of product that you twist up, but you cannot twist back down, and they get melty and messy all over the sides, like most of the products do in this video. But because you can't twist it back down, these do get a little bit more messier than the others. But I would say if you want something that has a great amount of grip, you want something with a more like subtle sweet scent, you gravitate towards some of the shades in this line, and you like something more grippy, I would go for these. I think they are absolutely phenomenal. I just wish that they came out with some other shades because there's a lot of really bright and really dark shades in this line, but I would love to see some more neutrals and some more nudes for every skin tone. An extremely similar formula is the Kylie Cosmetics Tinted Butter Balms. The website says, my Tinted Butter Balm offers 12 hours of hydration and great color payoff. Enriched with jojoba oil, this buttery smooth formula moisturizes, smooths lip lines, and instantly softens dry lips for a shiny pigmented Tinted finish. These are $18 and I can't smell anything. They might have an even more subtle sweet scent like Charlotte Tilbury. In fact, I think that this is trying to be a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury Happikiss bombs because they're almost identical. Yeah, there might just be a tiny little hint of that sugar smell, but it is barely there. The pigment on these, I would say, are a 9 out of 10. They're quite pigmented. I rated the thickness a 6 out of 10, and I rated the grip on these a 7 out of 10. So slightly thinner and a little bit more buttery than the Charlotte Tilbury, so I by far prefer the Charlotte Tilbury formula. So I would say as a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, it's definitely not an exact dupe. On my budget, I would splurge for the Charlotte Tilbury any day, but if you're on a budget or you just don't want to spend $35 on that product, for $18, these are very similar. They're just not as shiny, not as flattering, and not quite as like grippy as I like. I do think these have a smoothing quality, but only if you build it up to full pigment. If you just apply a light layer, I don't find any of the smoothing quality. It's the kind of product that you really have to layer in order to feel that emollience, in order to feel that balmy quality. So I do agree with the claims on the website that it does have a smoothing effect, but you really have to build it up if you want to get that. I also really felt that the colors on the Kylie website were deceiving. I got the shade Kylie, which was definitely supposed to be a little bit more of like a My Lips But Better shade, but on me in person, it actually ended up being a very, very light, cool toned pink. I just didn't really feel like the shade was accurately represented on the website. So I won't be reaching for it, but it's definitely a nice product. Now we're starting to get more to the middle of the road formulas that are more of like a 5 out of 10 on the scale. I really like this one. This is the WAKEMAKE Dewy Gel Glaze Stick in the shade Mute Percent. The website says, pucker up with this glossy lipstick to sweeten up your makeup look. Its formula is enriched with different fruit extracts from coconut, watermelon, grapefruit, and peach to soften and nourish skin, keeping your smackers hydrated all day long. The smooth emollient texture melts upon application for a jelly-like dewy finish. These are $11.25 and they have a very, very subtle caramel smell. So if you've ever smelled like the Vive lip dews, it's that scent, but much more subtle. I would say the pigment is about a 7 out of 10, and I rated these a 5 out of 10 on the thickness scale. So not super thin, but not super thick, somewhere right in the middle. And in terms of grip, I would rate it about a 6 out of 10. So a little bit more slippy than the other formulas that we've spoken about so far. I do think this has a gorgeous shine on the lips. It's just beautiful. I don't hear anyone talk about this. No one's recommended it to me. I just randomly found it online. So I think it's very underrated. I think it has a slight smoothing quality, but I don't really see it soften the appearance of lip lines like some of the other formulas in this video. So I would say for $11.25, really, really good product. And WAKEMAKE gets points for creating a product that you can twist up and twist back down. So really, really love that. So even though it does get melty and messy around the sides, I really like that you can twist it back down. And lastly, in this category, we have the 3CE Plumping Lips in the shade Rosy. The website says this lip balm is enriched with organic oils from baobab seed, avocado, and calendula, and coconut provides lips with nourishment, hydration, and juicy pigments, and a glossy finish. It also helps to plump up lips for a fuller pout. So these are $9.36, great price, and I do think that they fluctuate a little bit according to where you buy them. There is a little bit of a minty smell, but it's very subtle. It honestly just smells a little bit like gum, which I find refreshing. However, this has a strong menthol cooling quality to it, and that's something I don't really like because I do find that menthol really dries my lips out. I don't find that these are super drying, but I just really don't like a strong cooling effect on the lips. But I know some of you do, so if you love menthol, then this is a great affordable option. It's also very pigmented, so I'd rate it an 8 out of 10 on the pigment scale. And I would say it's comparable to the WAKEMAKE in terms of the thickness and grip. So I would rate it about a 5 out of 10 on the thickness scale and a 6 out of 10 on the grip. It doesn't have a very glossy finish. It doesn't really seem to smooth the appearance of lip lines, but for, you know, a melty glossy balm, that's affordable. And if you like a cooling effect, then I think this is a good option. The next category for me is just one product that I really didn't feel fit in any other category. It's just the middle of the road balm that is like equally a 5 out of 10 on every scale, and it's the Cosmetics lip cushions. The website says, formulated with a nourishing blend of hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and jojoba oil, this ultra comfortable lip balm transforms on contact into a luxurious cushion texture with a clear glossy finish. These are $24 and they're totally fragrance and essential oil free. They're a little bit more sheer than some of the others. They're 6 out of 10 on the pigment scale, although I do find that fluctuates according to the shade. For example, I think Venetian Rose and Van Gogh have a little bit more pigment than Angel or Magic Hour, and they do also make a clear, which is great. And speaking of inconsistencies, I would also say that the shine does vary according to the shade as well. So Van Gogh and Venetian Rose are a little bit more of a satin finish. They're less glossy than Angel, Quartz, and Magic Hour, so I think it does kind of depend on what shade you get. And for that reason, I do prefer Angel and Cosmetics because I just love that wet look shine. But shade-wise, Venetian Rose is probably my favorite. I rated these these a 5 out of 10 on the thickness scale. They're definitely more lightweight. They're also about a 5 out of 10 on the grip scale. So if you're the kind of person who doesn't want something lightweight, you don't want something thick, you just want something that's somewhere in the middle, I would say give the M Cosmetics lip cushions a shot because they're absolutely beautiful. They might have a tiny bit of a smoothing appearance on the lips, but primarily more so on gel, Quartz, and Magic Hour. I don't think that Van Gogh or Venetian Rose really have that smoothing quality. So again, it does kind of depend on the shade that you're getting here. And just so you know, on the packaging, this is the kind of formula that you can twist up, but you cannot twist down. So just be careful with that. And I do have a code. You can get 15% off M Cosmetics with my code M_State of Kate. So just a really nice Goldilocks option for those of you who want something somewhere in the middle. Now we're getting into the more lightweight, melty formulas that go really almost from a solid to a total liquid on the lips. And for me, the winner of this category are the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balms. The website says this innovative 3-in-1 hybrid hydrates like a lip balm, plumps for fuller looking lips, and delivers the high shine finish of a lip gloss. It glides smoothly onto lips for full-bodied color and comfortable wear without feeling sticky or tacky. Available in a curated selection of 12 shades and packaged in a sleek twist-up pen for effortless application and precision. It has a blend of emollients and oils that nourishes, conditions, and hydrates, and it also has menthol, which provides an instant cooling sensation. These are the most expensive at $36, and there's absolutely no scent that I can detect, just a slightly subtle cooling effect on the lips. It's definitely not as strong of a menthol as the 3CE plumping lips, so I'm okay with that because I find the cooling effect in these to be present but subtle, and I don't feel like they dry out my lips like some other formulas that contain menthol. Interesting that they say full-bodied color. These are, in my opinion, one of the more sheer formulas out of the bunch. I rated the pigment a 4 out of 10, so I'm surprised that they said full-bodied color. I do find that because this is a thinner formula, it's a little bit more oily, the pigment is not as even on some of the darker shades like haze, and I would rate the thickness a 4 out of 10 and the grip a 5 out of 10. I don't find that these really smooth the appearance of lip lines, but I do think they have a very glossy, wet-looking finish, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm sure the assumption is that I would reach for more of the product in the beginning of this video because I do like a thicker, more grippy formula, but honestly, I reach for these all the time. I absolutely love the colors. There's just something about Hourglass for me that does lip colors really beautifully, or at least in this range. And especially in the summertime, I do find myself kind of craving that cooling sensation that I get from these. So for me, even though I do tend to prefer a thicker, more tacky formula, there's a time and a place for everything. And I absolutely love this when I want to reach for a more lightweight formula. And in terms of the packaging, compared to something like the Charlotte Tilbury, which is just $1 less expensive, this has a much more weighted, luxurious feeling packaging, which I appreciate, but it does have the kind of packaging that you twist up and you can't twist back down. So just be sure not to over twist. Okay, a product I've heard absolutely no one talk about, but is amazing, are these Hard Candy Insta Pout Plumping Lip Melts. And I got the shade My Type. The website says, this is a super comfortable lip cream with the juicy shine of a gloss, the buttery richness of a balm, and the buildable color of a lip tint without the need for extra products in your bag. The blend of natural antioxidants and vitamins instantly melts into the lips for juicy, lasting color and shine. They have a sheer tint. They're infused with collagen to help plump the lips. They have super ingredients enriched with a blend of natural oils rich in antioxidants and vitamins. And these are just $7. They have a coconut smell and a slight menthol tingle, but it is pretty much the least tingly and the least cooling effect out of any lip product I've tried that does contain menthol. Just to clarify, I did not look up the ingredients to see if there's menthol, but I can just tell that it's in there or something like it. I do find the combination of a coconut scent with a menthol tingle to be like a little bit off-putting, but both of them are pretty subtle, so it doesn't really bother me that much. I just wanted to call it out. The pigment on these, I'd say a 4 out of 10. I agree that they're more sheer, but you can build them up a little bit. And for thickness and grip, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. Definitely on the more lightweight side, even though the packaging looks like it would be more comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury Happikiss, the 3CE Plumping Lips, the Kylie Tinted Lip Butters. The formula is much more like the Hourglass. It's just very thin, very melty, instantly melts into a liquid over the sides of the packaging. So that's why I included it in this category, even though the packaging looks like it would be for a different category. And the packaging on these is the type of product that you can twist up, but you cannot twist back down. For $7, I just don't hear anyone talk about this. I want someone to pick these up and let me know what you think, because I think that they're just really underrated. I would love to see more people try these, considering they're so affordable and they just feel really nice as a lightweight option. The next product in this category is the Wet n Wild Rose Comforting Lip Oil, and I got the shade Biscotti Mommy. The website says, enhance your lip look with the power of Roses. This vibrant lip color is formulated with a lip-loving combination of rosehip oil, vitamin E acetate, passion fruit, seed oil, and raspberry extract for intense shine and soothing comfort. Glide it on and enjoy sheer color that can be built up for a stunning effect. These are just $5.29, and they have this smell of what I would call rose and vinegar. It's like something a little bit sour and also smells like roses. It's not my favorite. It's like rose and beer, and I had a bunch of you DM me that you had the same experience, so it's just not my favorite. The pigment on these, I would say a 5 out of 10. They definitely are a little bit more pigmented than the hard candy ones. Stiffness and grip are a 3 out of 10, just like the hard candy, so very, very similar formula there on the lips. And I do actually think that these slightly smooth the appearance of lip lines, so that's really nice to see in a super affordable formula. It also has that wet look gloss shine finish, and also it does have the kind of packaging that you twist up, but you cannot twist back down. Next up, we have the Flower Beauty Plump Up Gloss Stick in the shade Toasty. The website says, Plump Up Gloss Stick is an all-in-one gloss bomb hybrid that nourishes, hydrates, and comfortably plumps lips while delivering buildable color with a dewy, shiny finish. This ultra cushiony formula melts onto lips, providing a tingle-free, visibly plumped effect. An infusion of hyaluronic acid, castor oil, and vitamin E condition and moisturize the lips, helping to visibly smooth the look of lip lines. These are $11.99. You can get them at Ulta, and they don't have any smell, but I do notice a little bit of a cooling effect on the lips, which is why I'm surprised they say that it's tingle-free, because there definitely is a little bit of that cooling feeling. The pigment on this is a 2 out of 10. There's barely any pigment, so if you want something sheer, then this might be a good option. The thickness and the grip on these is a 2 out of 10. They're very thin, they're very buttery, almost feel like oil on the lips. I definitely don't think that they have any kind of smoothing quality on the lips, and I also don't think that they're very shiny. So if you're looking for something with a wet look shine and more pigment, obviously I wouldn't go for these. It feels to me like they were kind of trying to dupe Hourglass, but they just didn't hit all of the parameters. But I feel like if you're looking for something that has an affordable price point, you like that cooling effect on the lips, and you want something that's more sheer and lightweight, then this could be a good option. And this has the kind of packaging that you click up and there's no way to click it back down, so just don't over twist it. And lastly in this category, I have the MAC Squirt Plumping Gloss Stick and Heat Sensor. I gave this away to a follower, but I'm recalling everything from memory, and I did film footage of me applying it. The website says, glossy, juicy, plumpy. Get that voluptuous glow from the It Gloss you love, now in new naughty tints that plump lips with juicy, glossy color in a stick. These oh so tingly and so non-sticky shades glide on vibrant and melt down neutral for a nourished, polished, plumped up pout. Ginger root oil and capsicum extract bring the heat while menthol crystals cool, serving up a subtle, tingly sensation that provides instant plumping and visible volume. Coconut oil, shea butter, and avocado oil nourish, condition, and impart glassy shine. Wow, MAC is doing the most on that description. Okay, putting the name and the weird sexual innuendos aside, I just really don't like this product. They're $24 and they have no scent, but they have both a heating and a cooling quality to them. So it's basically like the worst of both worlds for me. I really don't like products that are tingly, cooling, or spicy on the lips, and this has all of that. The pigment I would say is also a 2 out of 10. It does go on brighter and then it melts into something very, very sheer, so you can totally see your lip texture and your lip color underneath. The thickness and grip I'd say is about a 3 out of 10, so very much more on the lightweight side. There's no smoothing quality. They do have a wet look shine on the lips, which is really nice, and it's the kind of packaging that you can twist up, but you cannot twist back down. I just think for $24, there are so many other formulas that are basically the same here, like the Wet n Wild Rose Comforting Oil, the Hard Candy, Insta Plump. Those are just basically the same thing, but better in my opinion. So this next category are still lightweight and sheer options, but they just feel a little bit different on the lips than the previous category we discussed. So we could lump these into the same lightweight category if we want, but I mean, who really cares? This is the iconic London Melting Point Lip Balm. I got the shade Undone, and the website says these are a sheer wash of balmy color together with ultra soft nourishment and an addictively indulgent satiny texture. These are $22 and they have a slightly fruity scent, but I think mine expired because now mine smells really sour, which is not good. And there's no taste, no tingle or anything like that. Pigment on these I would say are about a 4 out of 10, so a little bit more sheer. The thickness and the grip are about a 4 out of 10. They definitely feel more lightweight, barely there on the lips, but they're not like super slippery or kind of liquidy. And I do think that they slightly smooth the appearance of lip lines, which is really nice. You would think that from this packaging that they would be trying to copy the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balms, but I actually think these kind of stand alone in a category in and of themselves. And what's interesting is they do have a really glossy, shiny, wet looking finish on the lip, but they very much hold their own in the packaging. And it's another product that you can twist up, but you can't twist down, so be careful. But when you twist it up, unlike some other products that really melt onto the lips, like the previous category of lightweight products, this category of lightweight products holds its shape more. So that's why I kind of wanted to differentiate these two. I just think this is a great nude shade if you're someone who wants more of a fleshy lip look without it being fully concealer lips. So I would be interested in trying some of the other shades. But now that mine starts smelling a little bit sour, I'm slightly concerned about that because I only bought this a few months ago and it really shouldn't be expiring this soon. But I just think that this is a really nice lightweight lip option for something that doesn't have a cooling effect, doesn't have anything spicy, that's not super liquidy or slippery. It's still lightweight, but not in like a slippy way. It's almost like I can't feel anything on the lips. So I really had a hard time figuring out how to compare this to all the other formulas because it actually does feel quite different than anything else. And the other product in this category that's sheer and lightweight, but just like barely feels like it's on your lips is the IT Cosmetics Pillow Lips Solid Serum Lip Gloss. I got the shade Wink. The website says, Pillow Lips Solid Serum Lip Gloss is your mask-friendly solution for moisturized lips and a beautiful flush of color in just one swipe. Never sticky or tacky and infused with collagen, hyaluronic acid, and tri-oil complex, this 5-in-1 lip moisturizer combines the hydration and care of a lip balm with the sheer tint of a gloss. Plus, it won't settle into fine lines or lip wrinkles, making it perfect for dry, aging, and chapped lips. So these are $26. They have a very, very, very subtle minty smell, like peppermint, and a very, very subtle cooling effect on the lips. It's like barely there. The pigment I would say is about a 4 out of 10, maybe like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. Very sheer. You can see your lip texture and lip freckles or anything underneath. And the thickness, I would say it's a 2 out of 10. Like it literally almost feels like there's nothing on your lips. It's so thin. But the grip is more of a 4 out of 10. It's somehow super, super thin and lightweight, but it's not as slippery as some of the others in the lightweight category. Like these are the two products I'm having a really hard time describing. I definitely don't think that this smooths the appearance of lip lines, and it also almost has a satin finish. It's really not glossy at all. I don't find this one to be moisturizing. Like there's so many other similar formulas in this video. Like the Flower Beauty one is so similar, but that one's just glossier and more lightweight and cooling. The Hourglass one is so much better. Yeah, I just don't think that anything about this stands out. It doesn't give you a smoothing the appearance of lip lines. It doesn't give you a wet look shine. It doesn't give you any like real nourishment. It just kind of like is there. I just think there's so many better options in this video. Oh, I keep forgetting this. It's the kind of product that you can click up, but you can't click back down. The next category are products that are ultra pigmented and have more of a satin finish, so less glossy. These are the About Face Cherry Pick Lip Color Butters. I have Berry Smash and Kiwi Fuzz. The website says super glossy, high shine, nourishing lip balms that instantly melt onto skin, leaving behind a pigmented kiss of color. They contain a blend of lip-loving ingredients like pomegranate flower extract and cherry butter to help plump and moisturize. They're $15. You can get them at Ulta. They have a strong smell, very strong, I guess apricot smell? No, peach. It's peach. Very strong peach smell. I feel kind of nauseous when I smell things that are like artificial peach. So these make me want to vomit, unfortunately. And the smell is so strong. Oh my God, they instantly give me a headache. So unfortunately, I just really don't like these. The pigment is a 10 out of 10. They are absolutely the most pigmented out of any product in this video. So if you have darker skin and you really want something that's going to show up, I would say go for these. In terms of the formula, the thickness for me is about a 3 out of 10 on the grip and thickness scale, which is like a hair under Hourglass, but these are more of a satin finish. They're really not that shiny on the lips, but that might be because I'm not building them up as much. The more you build them up, the more you do get that shine. So it just kind of depends on how you want to wear them. So I would say out of all of the products, if you're someone who's looking for a really pigmented punch of color and you want something that's a more affordable price point and you like a formula that's more on the lightweight side, then I would say these are a really good option. And the last in this category of like more pigmented, slightly satiny finished lipsticks, I would say are the Kaja Heart Melter Lip Gloss Sticks. And I got the shade Crazy for You. The website says a heart-shaped gloss stick that combines nourishing lip oils for a rich melt-on formula that delivers high shine, conditioning color. Infused with vitamin-rich argan and plum seed oils, this non-sticky formula melts upon application, leaving lips moisturized with a high shine finish. The heart-shaped applicator fits in the Cupid's bow for effortless application. Click twice for best application results. These are $19 and they are either unscented or have like the tiniest little wink of a vanilla scent. I can barely smell it. I would say the pigment on these is about a 6 out of 10. You can apply them sheerly, but you can build them up and they just really feel and look so much more like a lipstick than any other glossy melty balm in this video. I'd say the thickness is a 3 out of 10 and the grip is about a 4 out of 10. So very lightweight on the lips. They barely feel like anything. They definitely don't have any kind of a wet look shine. These have much more of a satin finish to me. They also feel, I would say, the most similar to the Iconic London on the lips, but the Iconic London ones look very shiny, but they just feel very similar, almost like there's nothing on my lips. I just don't like these because these just don't do anything for me. I feel like they're just a lipstick. They're not really this balm, this wet look shine that I'm looking for in this kind of product. So these are a pass for me. I also really don't like the heart-shaped applicator. So hopefully you can see that little heart-shaped applicator. I just really don't like the feeling of this on the lips. It's just not comfortable. It doesn't provide a more precise application at all. In fact, the heart shape, it's so hard for me to get this to focus on camera, but I just don't think the heart-shaped applicator does anything. It feels really like hard and stiff, and the formula is so lightweight that it just feels like I'm kind of like poking myself. I don't know, something about this applicator just really bothers me. And it's the kind of product that you can click up, but you can't click back down. So I would say if you are looking for something that barely has any feeling on the lips, like meaning it doesn't really nourish your lips, but it just doesn't feel like it's even there, and you're looking for something that's honestly just more of a lipstick, then this would probably be your best option. Lastly, I just wanted to call out a couple products that would have been in this video that I decided not to repurchase because I didn't like them. For example, the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serums. I absolutely hated them. And I know a lot of people really love them. They had the strongest menthol cooling effect out of any product I've ever tried. It honestly like made me sick because they were so melty. They just slid all around my lip lines and they really got in my mouth. And then I felt like I was ingesting them and it was making me feel really nauseous. Also, I found that most of the shades I tried had really chunky glitter that just left this like glitter overspray on the lips, and they just didn't have any smoothing quality. They were so thin and slippery and oily. It is probably my most hated lip product of all time. So I personally don't recommend the Makeup by Mario ones, but I know a lot of people who love a cooling sensation and a more slippery product really do like those, and those are $24. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I was gonna say the LH Cosmetics Fanta Sticks, but those aren't melty. That would be more of like a lipstick video. So, you know, if you have any other suggestions for very huge comparison videos, I can do something like that. That's it. Those are all the glossy, melty lip balms that I could get my hands on. I hope you found this really helpful. And of course, if you have any other ideas for huge comparison videos, let me know in the comment section below. I really like doing this so that you can make the most informed decision for yourself as a consumer. And thank you, Vetted, for sponsoring this video. I hope that you guys try it out and you find it to be helpful in researching products and prices and all that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow and makes all the work worth it. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.